How has Cardi B's Little Miss Drama Tour been progressing since its start? Today, we will discuss a February 24th update in Cardi B's tour sales. The numbers from her first 7 shows are out. So let's get into it. Cardi B earned her most attended concert of all time on February 13th, 2026, with 13,839 tickets sold at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas as part of the Little Miss Drama Tour. So 13.8 thousand. Her highest grossing concert of all time was 2 days later on February 15th, 2026, with 2.293 million made at the Forum in Inglewood, California, as part of the Little Miss Drama Tour. So congrats to Cardi on that. Cardi officially became the 4th female rapper to gross over 2 million from a single concert in US history, joining Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, and Missy Elliott. So it's dope to see women of color making this type of money on tour. And before we go any further, let's bring in the challenge from my last video on Cardi, where I was like, let's talk about Cardi without talking about Nicki Minaj. I definitely want us to keep this going in our comments, especially if we feel like the two shouldn't be compared and they really should separate their brands. Right now, let's stay focused on the numbers and the business, but I'm going to tell you right now that there's definitely going to be a follow-up conversation on Patreon. So let's get into some more minute details. At the Key Forum in Inglewood, California, there were 25,145 attendees. That's a lot. Oh, because it was 2 shows, right? So it was 2 nights at the Key Forum in Inglewood, California, and she made $4,058,627 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. That was the 13,839. It was 100% sold out, with 1.8 million made at the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington. And let me know if you guys were at any of the shows and if you have any feedback, especially if you were there in person. At the Climate Pledge Arena, there were 13,446 attendees. It says 100% sold out, with 1.8 million made again. Rogers Arena in Vancouver, Canada, 12,545 people attended, 100% sold out capacity, 1.385 million made. At the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon, 7,637 people attended. Says 100% sold out once again, with $1.339 million made. At the Acrisure Arena in Palm Desert, I believe that's in California, 1,841 people attended at 100% capacity, with 1.138 million made. So dope. You know, Cardi has talked about in the past, before she even went on tour, earning over $1 million per show. So this is not surprising at all. Now, there is fluctuations in the capacity, although they were all sold 100%, according to this right here. Capacities were from 13 to 12 to 11,000 to 8,000. So just an observation, because that happens with literally every artist going on tour, because of them making more or less seating for whatever they feel like the capacity could be. Now, as of February 24th, here are the total numbers grossed. In total, out of all of the shows we discussed, CB made $11.6 million, $11,673,087, averaging 1.6 million or $1,667,584 per show. So about 1.6 million per show. 85,093 tickets sold, 12,156 tickets sold per show on average. The average price is $137.18. And this is out of 7 out of 35 reported shows. So we still have a long way to go. So I would love to know, what are you guys' thoughts on this? What are you guys' analysis on the numbers? Either way, it's looking pretty good for Cardi. I see a lot of positive feedback on the tour. Of course, in part 2, we'll break down some of the comparisons. So if you're on Patreon with me, yes, we'll bring up some numbers from Nicki's tour and stuff like that to put it into perspective, because I like how some people clocked me in my last video where I talked about Cardi's tour sales and stuff like that. So send your congratulations to everyone involved. And if you're interested, also on Patreon, let me tell you, y'all, we crossed 134. At the time of this recording, I have 134 videos on Patreon. That's really where I be at. I know I don't be super consistent on YouTube. I'm trying to get more consistent with that, but I put a lot into my Patreon content. So when I'm going live, a lot of the times I'm live on Patreon and the full lives are uploaded there, as well as my inside thoughts, which would be part two to the main conversations that we have on YouTube. So I'm going to put that there. And most importantly, I would love to show you guys what I did the other day talking about the newest female rapper rising and how I feel like Armand Wiggins is seemingly trying to stir up drama, conversation, and some controversy around Trim. So there's two videos on that up on Patreon right now. I'll see if I can include a clip here, but I would love for you guys to come check that out because the conversation is continuing, whether it's mainstream female rap news or underground female rap news or just music business news in general. And also, Trim has addressed the criticism on her lyricism or lack thereof. We know that Trim is calling herself the princess. Her EP is going to be named Past the Tiara. So she's basically saying, well, bitch, if you ain't shitting, then get off the pot. And who else is calling themselves the princess? Who else has called themselves the princess? Ice Spice. And so some people feel like she is coming for Ice Spice or whatever. Now, once again, I personally don't feel like Trim has her eye or target on anyone. I think Trim just wants the spot and she wants to be in the conversation and she wants to assert her position the same way that Nicki did, right? I am the princess. She knows who the queen is, but she is calling herself the princess. Trim is not as talented as Nicki. She's not even maybe as talented as Sunshine when it comes to the technical skill of rapping, right? And I've said that before, but I think that she could have a good chance to go on a run similar to or better than Ice Spice because with the music that Trim is previewing and has been putting out, she really ain't missed a lot. I've said some things that I don't really care for or don't really like, but in the grand scheme of things, people like what Trim is doing. So when this EP comes and she continues to release singles, there is a huge chance that if and when Trim gets on, she may have a longer run than Ice because she's already showing consistency right now and not just showing consistency in putting out music, but that the music being, she has other fan bases coming for her as well. Some people in Barty Gang who may feel like she's talking about Cardi. And once again, Cardi's in her 30s, Megan is in her 30s as well. So there's that. I'm always in her comments and stuff, just looking at what people are saying when it comes to TikTok, Instagram, and of course, especially Twitter. And it's always somebody hating. I mean, I'm telling y'all, even when I'm looking at the replies from her fan pages, like I know you see everything in the algorithm, right? When you on the For You page on Twitter or TikTok or whatever, I think that if you get a lot of hate, then that definitely means that you get a lot of hate, you get a lot of love, and you have some promise. But I would really love to know, could it be Nicki, Cardi, or Megan? Prim also kind of addressed the Nicki Minaj questions. She went live recently, and there were a lot of comments. As you can see, one highlighted right here, which she did respond to, and I'll play it for you guys. So listen closely. This comment says, she paying anything Nicki related IDK while y'all asking. So paying means ignoring. She's ignoring everything Nicki related that y'all are asking about. So don't ask. And that has been Trim's strategy. She does not address any of the rumors or criticism about her when it comes to copying Nicki. So she has an interview coming where she says that she addressed everything. Let's go. Let's look at it. So tap the links below if you're interested, and let's continue the conversation over there. Once again, we will discuss, and even if you're watching this on Patreon, on the Inside Thoughts tier, we will put some numbers side to side with Nicki and Cardi's tour. But for the purposes of the video that you guys are watching right now, let's keep our challenge going with just being able to talk about Cardi and celebrate her accomplishments, the same thing that we did for Nicki while she was on tour. So with that being said, definitely keep it cute. Let me know how you guys feel. What's your analysis on Cardi B's numbers? And we will talk soon because Cardi B has made some promises to her fan base that I definitely would like to talk about, as well as more updates in the future of her touring schedule. So I will see you in the next upload. And for my insiders, let's talk now about what they saying on Twitter regarding Nicki and Cardi's tour sales. All right, bye YouTube. Peace.
It's your girl Vina Love, the Harlem Princess, your favorite princess, and this is
Period.